Sometimes when people ask like, oh, you're still single, I like to tell them I have high standards, but that's not true. It's not true, but it sounds good and it rolls off the tongue real nice.
If you're a nonchalant man, first of all, get help, go to therapy. Second of all, stay away from me, because I've now had to deal with 2 nonchalant men in my life. They've aged me. And the thing is, you don't know that they're nonchalant at first, and then they wait until you're hooked on them. And then they're like, whoo, now she's hooked. Now I can start acting nonchalant. I can't, like, I'll go back to jail. Yep, that's what it is. Now I'm gonna threaten them. I'm gonna go back to jail. I was already in jail once in my life. I'll go back to jail. The next time, like, public service announcement, stay away from me, please. Like, they have aged me, nonchalant men. 2 now in my lifetime. I'm scared. What if I get a 3rd one? I'm gonna go off the rails. I'm already off the rails. Like, I can't deal with this anymore. Stay the away from me. That is the last type of man that I'm interested in, okay? Okay.
Picture this for me. You've been texting guy the last few days. He asks you out. He says, how does Friday work? I say, that works great. He texts me today. It's 8 p.m. work. I say, that's great. That was earlier in the day. It's 7 p.m. You haven't heard anything from him. Do you start getting ready or do you not? Let me know.
For those of you who want to move to New York for the dating scene, let me explain exactly what the dating scene is like in New York. Option A, you go on a date. They're the most perfect person you've ever met in your entire life. You can see your life with this person. They're ambitious, good looking, amazing qualities, funny, charismatic. You guys hit it off. They say, let's do this again. You never hear from them. Gone. You're done. Option B, you go on a date. They're weird as hell. Which is like, that's like more common. But option A, that's where it really hurts you. And it's happened quite a few times.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Women are panicking now that men are moving on and replacing them in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
Story time. So I went on a date last night. I never go on dates. We met on Hinge. Barely talked. We met up last night. The date went great. We were vibing, laughing, talking. After the date ended, he never asked for my number, which I don't understand, right? Because the date went great. So why didn't you ask for my number? So I feel like now it's like he's not going to reach out. And the date went great, but he's just not going to reach out. Like, explain that to me. Why does that happen to me? Why do the dates always go, like, in my mind, good, but then nothing progresses from there? Like, are these men just, like, unavailable? Are they in relationships and just, like, cheating on their girlfriends? Do they want to see what else is out there and think, like, you can always find better? Because if that's the case, then dating in 2026 is just, like, dead. Like, nobody will find anyone if, like, men continue just to think, like, oh, there's better out there. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm just, like, so confused about it. Like, why haven't you asked for my number? And I keep checking Hinge, like, to be like, oh, maybe he, like, reached out on Hinge being like, oh, what's your number? Nothing. Crickets. So you know what? I'm just gonna live my life. I'm gonna sit here and eat my fitness bread with French butter and just not give a fuck. I'm gonna live my life. That's it. That's all I have to say. And yeah.
The date went well or great according to you. See, this is why this whole, like, you want him to be charming and charismatic is shoot you guys in the foot, because if a guy is charming and charismatic, you won't even be able to tell if he's not having a good time. He can play it off pretty well, in fact. So he doesn't want your number. Okay, what's wrong with that? He doesn't want your number. One date isn't enough. She wants this to continue. She obviously likes this guy. But she was asking, you know, does he have a girlfriend? Is he unavailable? Is he trying to play the field? You go for the type of men who are able to play the field. Once again, there's nothing wrong. I find myself attractive as a man. I think I'm an attractive guy. So I don't want anybody to think, oh, are you saying women shouldn't go for attractive men? No, this is not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to show you is that attractive men have the leverage. You're going after guys who are able to play the field, but ask yourself this: who's showing up to the field to play with these guys? You don't have a problem with the men. You have a problem with your competition. Let's get the next one.
The most attractive type of guy, and hear me out on this, because I think most people will agree, is the guy that used to be kind of nerdy or just like not really out there. Like maybe he was really quiet. He was more into like his own thing in music. You just never really paid attention to him in school. And then all of a sudden, you get older and it's like something clicked. Like he's hot now. It's like he started using beige shampoo or something. Like he just got himself together. But they still keep that kind of nerdy personality. Oh my God. That's it. That's the winner right there.
Guys who are nerdy are attractive. No, the only reason why you think like this now is because you're recalibrating, you're restructuring your strategy. These guys are not threats. Why weren't you giving them attention before? Oh, they didn't peak. They didn't catch your eye back then. The men that you were going for back then, you were really into. They're not good for you. Now you need to go for the men who you view as good for you. No. And this only happens because their actual type is used to replacing them, moving on from them fast. These other guys that are into alternative things that aren't like the guys that I'm typically used to, they'll treat me better. That's not always the case either. That's not always the case. So when she's talking about, the nerds are attractive, what she's talking about is a guy from the outside who doesn't scream nerd. He's attractive, but he's into alternative things that most people wouldn't really be into like that. And he's smart. That's what she's talking about. But why should these guys be, willing to get with you now when you weren't willing to get with them and build with them? I know people are going to think, yo, you shouldn't look at it this way. Well, what way should I look at it? I should be grateful that a woman that wasn't attracted to me back then is attracted to me now? That doesn't make any sense to me. Only suckers are going to become more attractive and then be like, they're going to have their heads souped up off of women actually being attracted to them now. No, real men who become more attractive, more well-rounded, they're looking at women and they're seeing right through them. Let's get the next one.
I went on a blind date with this man tonight, and he literally got up and left me at the table with the bill. Yeah, and the reason why is actually diabolical. I have not been out on a date in so long. A blind date, never in my life. But my friends just kept begging me to go out with this man. He was successful and he was older and I would really like it. So after weeks of them begging, I finally agreed, okay? So tonight, I meet this man at said restaurant. I walk in the door. He's already there sitting at the table. He gets up. He's like 6'5", like he's gorgeous. He looks successful. And he comes up to me and he's like, oh, wow, you're even more beautiful than they described. I'm thinking, wow, this actually might be a good date. Wrong. Because about 10 seconds later, he goes, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Tennessee. And he's like, oh. And he grabs his phone and he starts looking at it and his whole entire vibe changes. And I think maybe he got like a bad text or something. And I'm like, is everything okay? He's like, yeah. Do you like use that voice professionally too? Excuse me? Like, wait, what are you asking? He's like, where'd you go to college? And I tell him, he's asking me about my degree, which is all fine, but like weird in the first 30 seconds of a date, He then calls the waitress over immediately and begins to order food. And so obviously I order food. And I'm like, okay. He then looks at me and says, I just don't know if I could ever date someone with that strong of a Southern accent. And like, yeah, I'm from the South. Like, obviously I have a Southern accent. I don't sound like cornbread. This is not cornbread. I'm like really confused, right? Like, I think that he's joking. So I'm like kind of trying to laugh it off. I'm starting to feel kind of embarrassed. Like I spent 2 hours getting ready, bought a cute dress. I'm like, thank God I took those little saffron gummies because I would be tripping right now. It gets awkward and this man gets up and goes to the bathroom. And I'm kind of glad because it was silently awkward, okay? And about 30 minutes goes by, okay? About 30 minutes. And the waitress comes up to me and she's just like, I boxed up his food to go. I just want to make sure you were okay. And I'm like, to go? Like, what? In that exact moment, I have a text that comes in from this man. He says he usually dates girls from larger cities because they're more intellectually stimulating. And even though he thinks I'm really pretty, he just can't see himself dating someone with a Southern accent because people from the South have a certain mentality. Meanwhile, this man pronounced quinoa quinona when he was ordering his food. And certain mentality, boy, you're from the Midwest, you sell insurance, and you snuck out the back door instead of treating me like a human being because you didn't like how my words sound when they come out. Like, am I crazy, or is this actual insane behavior? Like, if this is what dating is like, I don't want it.
Another one down of a man's indifference for the books. Another one down. Now, this dude, right? I think he's a savage. He was picking her apart. And the only reason why this seems foreign to her, like she didn't like it, is because women are used to doing the disqualifying. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, it's like, what the hell is going on here? What's going on here? He didn't like her like that. It signals to me that he's a guy that's just easily able to move on. Most guys are not going to try to challenge a woman, be difficult for a woman. When a guy's like this guy knows that he can replace her. He's not really big off of her like that. He's not. And he left her with the bill, which is just crazy. Guys are becoming more savage. Guys are becoming more savage out here when it comes to taking women out and just even interacting with women. I'm noticing with these clips because this was crazy. Left her with the bill, didn't care. Told the waitress, yo, make my box to go. Told her he had to go to the bathroom or whatever, and then just leaves like that. It's getting worse out here for them. This is why I don't understand why they wait until the end. They wait until men actually wake up. It's not good. Let's get the next one.
When I became a young adult, I'm 20, so I'm talking about young adult. When I became like 18, 19, 20, and I would get cheated on, that shit would alter my brain chemistry like no fucking other. I don't know if I just became more aware and I was like, no, you really intentionally did that though. Like, that's crazy. But it's even worse when you're dating someone who their type is not you. That is like the worst shit. And I feel like a really, really shitty person because I look at women who look like women I've been cheated on with, and it makes me sick to my fucking stomach seeing these type of women because it's not me. It's a specific, very, very specific niche type of woman that I see it in their eyes. I see it in the way that they dress, the way their mannerisms, and I know immediately he would smash that. And it makes me fucking sick. Like, I'm being dead ass, and I hate it because I don't want to see these innocent poor women on my feed and have to give them like this dirty look, but I don't even mean to. I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, wait, no, I'm so sorry. Like, you're an innocent woman, but I feel so sick and insecure in myself because this has happened to me. How do you get out of that? Because I feel like a woman hater. Like, genuinely, I do. I see these type of women in the street, and it makes me want to throw up, like right now. It's always these like alternative girls that like dress a certain way. Do I look like that? Do I look fucking blonde to you? And it's always like really, really small lips and like their teeth are a little bit crooked. But that's not a bad thing. They're very cute. But do I look like that? Do I fucking look like that? No. No, I don't. So I just want to know, could you have just smashed someone who looked like me? Please, just fucking fuck someone who looks like me. At least. Because now I look at these precious women who have done no wrong. And I think such negative things and I don't know how to get out of that. I don't. I feel gross, but I can't help it. I'm sick.
She's saying that she has hatred for other women, but she doesn't like it. Like, she doesn't want it to be this way. It stems from your competition with these other women. The guys that you're attracted to, they're able to move on from you and replace you, and that burns you inside. You don't like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a human reaction. But my thing is, why are you so mad at these other women? Why? Why are you not trying to put in the work to become better? See, as men, jealousy is a female trait. Severe jealousy, like you envy somebody, like you have hatred towards somebody. It's very feminine because rather than putting in the work, right, to be in the mix with the competition and actually climb up the ranks, you're hating on them because you know the guys that you go for would rather go for them. And they've screwed you over for these women. See, as men, right, you could look at a dude and say, this is my competition. I'm a train. I'm a up the ante. I'm gonna become better. This guy will be my peer. I won't look at him like he has something over me. You understand? It's just crazy, bro. They go for the guys, right, who they're never good enough for. And this just carries on. Then they try to repackage themselves with the standards to try to make you think that you need to shape up to be good enough for them. Crazy. Let's get the next one.
At the end of the night, I bumped into a really nice guy, and I never ever approach. I'm always like that, like, and no one approaches me. And we were like the last ones standing, and I gave him my number. We arranged a date. We saw each other the next day, went to a spa like day at his gym, and then he was away last weekend. So we had planned a date for today to go to Liverpool and just to spend some time together, have something to eat. But yesterday I received very little contact from him. The day before, we'd made the plans, booked the train ticket, and he was like, oh yeah, when you get off the train you can get on a tram to here. And I was kind of like, well, why don't you just meet me at the train station? Like, just put, shall I open the door for you and pull the chairs out for you too? Left it like humour, and it didn't sit well. So anyway, yesterday I barely heard from him via text. Bear in mind, he booked everything ready for this date today, and I paid for my train ticket. And I just messaged this morning, and I was like, I'm not sure we're going to work out, like, communication styles. Like, I don't think asking for you to message me is a big thing. Like, I was the person to message yesterday, and not that it's a game, but he just messaged back, like, one message saying that he was busy out with his friends. I just thought, so yeah, this morning I pretty much said, I don't think that this is for me, and he was like, I don't think I could fulfill your requirements. And I was like, what requirements? That you send me a good morning text?
You couldn't cooperate with him. It just burned your soul to just follow instructions. So the dude just moved on. He just moved on. Why can't you cooperate? You're saying that you were into this guy, right? You wanted things to happen. Why not just cooperate? It's so easy. No, because she wants him to operate on her timing. So now the situation is scrapped. This man is smart. Always scrap a situation when a woman is being uncooperative, ungrateful. Just scrap it. Because what it signals to you is she has all these other options. You don't even have to waste your time. But as you can see, she doesn't. But they'll still do it. Men are moving on. They'll just replace you. And what I find funny about a lot of these clips, women always try to categorize, or they put this label on men as being very dangerous or putting them in danger, bringing harm to them. In all of these clips, you see men just avoiding them, just walking away from them. Something doesn't work, they go away. Where's this danger at? I'm telling you, man, women have this thing where when they know that you're able to replace them, it's like a punch to the gut, because who the hell does this guy think he is? But at the same time, they never check themselves. The men that are even able to have their foot go into the door, just get one foot in the door, you're looking for certain things. You're not alone in this. Like, you're not the only woman. Other women are looking for the same things as well. How do you not understand that he can move on and replace you? It's just this ego. It's this ego. They get fooled into thinking that they have unlimited options out here. No, you have unlimited attention from men that you don't want. And then there might be some guys that are sprinkled in there that you would actually consider. But at the end of the day, it's not anything set in stone. They get attention confused with commitment and something that's solid. No, bro, you want to make things difficult? Men are just going to move out of your way. You got a chick running any goofy type of games with you right now. Listen to me. Don't even entertain it. Don't entertain it. I said this yesterday, right? I don't care how many statistics and what they try to pull of this inner city or wherever, talking about men's ability to actually be men and provide and make money and blah, blah, blah. Men are up. Men are up. I can only speak for myself. I'm good. You will never catch me chasing some woman. You will never catch me trying to go above and beyond. You will never catch me feeling some type of way about a woman thinking that I'm not the guy. Okay, I'm not the guy. Good luck on your search. Good luck. And that's the same way you should look at it. Women start to panic when they see that the guys that they're actually interested in aren't checking for them. The guys that they're not interested in, now they're trying to put up a Hail Mary, they're not interested. It's going down fast for them. It's getting dark. So this was women are panicking now that men are moving on and replacing them in modern dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So crazy enough, actually, realistically talking, I've actually never been rejected by a guy. Except recently, and oh my god. That shit got me looking at myself funny. I was like, am I really not the shit? Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you know what you're passing up right now? Anyway.